healing crystals, skincare routines, knitting a sweater, fitting in jeans. With Katie and Sarah, no need to worry, you're on a lady journey.
Lady journey. Oh my God. Can you believe that we're here? Here we are again.
You thought we were done last month. We had a lot of technical difficulties last month.
We were
I listened to the podcast.
Deluged. We
thought we could do it without Lex for a moment. And we were wrong.
We were trying to get Lex to do other work that we didn't want to do, but then we realized we actually can't. We need him, but you know what? We did have some technical difficulties, and I want to say thanks to everyone that stuck with us, and not a thank you to the people that are continually leaving rude comments. This is, by the way, we do the podcast for free. Does anyone get that? Like, we don't make any money doing this. We only make money from advertising penis medicine. Okay, that's the only income that we have. So this
How
is
did
free.
they pick your podcast for dick pills?
Well, it's for because it's really, you're advertising to the wives of people who need penis medicine. So it's like, I'm coming as a friend.
Right.
My husband, Cooper, the firefighter, his penis doesn't work. That was all improv, by the way. That was improv. Anyway, we have the beautiful Caitlin Reece on today.
Yeah,
Caitlin.
thank you, Caitlin.
You have amazing fall colors on. I'm loving the nails. You've got like a gorgeous hunter green. Is this gel?
No, yes, it is gel. Yes.
Okay.
I love this shade. You have like a Snow White kind of thing going on right now. You have like
I'm just pale.
Yeah, you're like
but it looks good. It looks good.
You're like Snow White, but like a slightly unhinged Snow White. Like the 7 dwarfs.
You never went to sleep. You've been up for years.
She needs help.
She needs a nap. What's going on with you? Tell us your world right now. Tell us your journeys.
I'm going through a tattoo removal process.
Wow.
I've thought about this and I go back and forth. So I got to hear about this tattoo removal, where it started, how's it going, and where do you want it to end?
Yes. Run the gamut.
It sucks because the tattoo was a part of my first album, and I have jokes about it in the current album I'm working on. And so I will be sad to eventually admit that I got rid of it.
Okay.
It's a peach with a vulva inside of it.
Gotcha.
Oh,
And
sexy.
it's right on my arm. It's usually the thing people see first.
Okay.
And so prominent. Yeah.
And it brings a lot of bad attention, as you can imagine.
Right. It's like wearing a t-shirt that,
That says like my pussy gapes, and then they're like,
Yeah.
hey, pussy check.
Yeah. You're like, oh, I didn't want that to be me.
Like I was at a restaurant with my friend in Connecticut, which is where I'm from, and the waitress at like a very like normal place in front of everyone was like, "Hey, pussy tattoo," and I'm like, no.
But then you're like, but I got the pussy tattoo.
I know, but it doesn't give. I've had women finger it.
Oh, that's kind of fun.
Not for me.
Well, is it like in the crook of your arm?
I'm just gonna show it.
Yeah, we gotta see it. I'm gonna try to finger it now, probably. Just a little tickle. So I already did one. Oh, it's big. It's very big. Yeah. But that's awesome. Lex is pro vulva. Peach.
it looks like a regular mouth too.
Yeah, well, it does. It just looks like
a pretty
peach
mouth
with a little bite taken out, a little nibble.
A little nibble.
James and the Giant Peach.
Yes, I've had women at shows just come up and be like, ooh, and they're like fingering it. And I'm like, I hate this.
Yeah, that's not.
I wouldn't have anticipated that either. Do you know what I mean? You're like, when you get a tattoo, you're like, I did not. There's a lot of perspectives you just don't put yourself into.
Yeah. When did you get it?
The reason I got it is I was so broke when I first moved here, and I found this tattoo. I only have tattoos that I've done on the road or like when I'm on vacation. And I was like, I really want to find a New York artist that I like, that I can go to regularly. And I found this queer artist because I was a lesbian at the time. And it was important to me to like support a queer person. And I really liked her artwork online. I go in person after I put down a $200 deposit. And I like, oh, her stuff looks like shit in person. And so the tattoo I originally wanted, I was like, first I just said, don't think we should do this today. And she's like, if you walk out, you're losing your $200. And I was so broke. I panicked and I was like, I have to get something.
That's a bad sign. Yeah, to be like, it's now or never.
Yeah.
Pick something, go.
Yeah. I was like, well, I can't just waste $200. Like, this is a big deal. So I just randomly have been seeing this other queer artist do like really fun, like goofy, like erotic lesbian tattoos.
Yeah.
And I was
Okay.
like,
Quirky.
what if we do
Yeah.
this? Because it seemed like a more simpler design. She took so many hours to get it done because she wasn't good.
Wow.
I was there for so long for like and I have like very intricate big pieces that were done in half the time.
I feel like
Wow.
I'm relating to the tattoo artist. What did I thought I could draw. Why am I bringing this to the skin?
I was there so long. I was just like, I'm like, I knew immediately. I'm like, this was a mistake.
How awful.
And then also I'm like, the placement, the design, it was all ADD impulse. Like I just freaked out and made a
Okay.
fear decision.
Yeah.
because
And
she said you will lose your money.
Yeah. And then I was just like, we got to do something.
Yeah.
Yeah. You're like, quick, pussy peach. I like that's where your mind went. That is, I do believe that that's an ADD fear response where you're like, okay, a vaginal fruit.
Truly.
Go. Well, it reminds me of Call Me By Your Name. Have you read that book
No.
or seen the movie?
No.
Oh, he has sex with a peach because he's like so horny. Sorry, that's a spoiler. That is a spoiler.
It's at the 90-minute mark or the hour mark.
It's close to the end. It's close to the end. So I thought maybe that was a reference because it's like a gay erotic. It's like a gay novella
Yeah.
that's
Yeah.
well known.
And during the summer, I forget it's there. And then I just have the most awkward conversations with strangers all the time.
Yeah, and they're like, "You want to babysit?"
Like I even like this was my opening joke of my first album because like this awkward thing happened where I was at like my brother's birthday in the summertime and my nephew at the time is like 10 and he was just like, wait, I know what that is. And I'm like, oh my God, like what do I say?
You're like, "It's a bad spot. It's a bad spot on the peach. What are you gonna do?"
So yeah, this is so dumb.
Well, because it is. I get that way. I have a tattoo on my back that it's not a pussy peach. It's just a dragon, and it's just tribal dragon. But I'm embarrassed of it.
I love how that's an upgrade from mine. In any other conversation,
peach.
that is horrible.
Yeah, I know.
But I have laid the gauntlet of being so bad.
Yeah, the
that
bar is
tribal
low.
dragon
The
is
bar
like,
is low.
oh yeah, that's reasonable.
I just have a tribal dragon. It's nothing crazy, but Sarah does have a
Wait,
tribal
is it a
dragon.
tramp stamp?
Yeah, I like to say it's a little bit above the tramp stamp.
You were planning for future high-rise jeans to come in fashion, and you're
Yes.
like, I want people to see it.
But it was a spur of the moment. There's no thought put in it. I don't even like dragons at the time. But it's like,
How
when
did you get there?
I don't know. I got one on my foot that I did like, and then I was like, let's do. And then you're just an alcoholic in your early 20s, and it's like, I thought it's like a cool thing. We were kind of all like, wouldn't it be fun to get tattoos? And then I thought maybe I would be the girl that got tattoos. And then after that one, I was like,
I'm not.
But can I just say,
I'm not. And then it's embarrassing to explain your tattoos sometimes because people are like, what's the meaning? And you're like, I just picked it off the wall and was like, I want that on my body for the rest of my life.
Right. Right.
And then some things are very trendy. And I felt like late 90s, early 2000s was very tribal art at that time. It might make a comeback, but
yeah.
But can I just say, like,
I don't
how
know.
much worse if you really loved dragons and you were just like so into dragon culture, lore? Like, what kind of weird alcoholic turn is that? I'm the dragon girl.
right. No, I know. So it's just like, it's I find that like a lot of tattoos can be embarrassing.
They're embarrassing because you get them when you're young, and I have a kind
I
of
didn't even
embarrassing
get this
tattoo
young.
too. Yeah, you're like, this was from a couple of years ago.
Truly.
Well, is it painful getting it removed?
Yes.
It hurts. What does it
Yes.
feel like? Is it like electrolysis when they take the hair?
It kind of feels like getting the tattoo.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
It was like
They
particularly
say it's one
painful.
of the most painful things you will feel.
Yeah. And then like my skin is still like goofy from it. I did it like a month ago, my first session.
Let me see. What have they removed or loosened up?
So I guess
And what's the hard part? Is it the outline?
the black is hardest to remove. It will take
Okay.
the longest. And then they have different lasers for different colors. So we had to go to like 3 different machines to work
I
on
can
this
see your skin's irritated.
because I have and I lotion every day and it doesn't matter. But
what if they just get rid of that part right there?
I know.
Sorry, I didn't mean to touch it without
I don't
asking.
care. I don't care.
I know it is kind of like your other vagina.
Yeah, I don't want to
people
finger
are
it.
touching.
I don't want to finger it. I just wanted to lube it up a little bit.
So this is very faded from one session though.
Oh,
Which
really?
gives me
Yeah.
hope that but it's really expensive. I went to a place that they go a little bit lighter so that the aftermath is not as heinous. Cause you'll see, if you Google it, some of the pictures you're like, oh my God, I would never have my skin look like that. Like it looks so messed up
Yeah.
and painful.
Right.
And so I went to this place. They were much more expensive than the others because they were like, we only have registered nurses, not just like laser techs.
Oh, well, that's good.
And
Yeah.
they go like more gentle. So even though it'll take longer to get it off, your skin won't be as irritated in between sessions.
Right.
Is there any risk? Is there any
You
risk
could
of like infection?
You could get permanent scarring.
Ooh, ouchie.
Yeah. And so they only show you the pictures that look good afterwards, but some people like their skin just looks scarred and
Well,
messed
that's
up.
like I was bringing that up to my sister-in-law. I was going to med school at the time, and this was like 10 years ago. This is when I was looking into it,
Mm-hmm.
and she was like, at that time, it may have gotten better. She was like, it's so worthless to get it removed because what they do to it will make it look worse.
Oh, yeah. They didn't have the science.
They didn't have the,
They didn't have the
science,
science.
but I have
Yeah.
seen Instagrams, and I don't know if they're legit, but I've seen some really good looking
It seems in vogue now.
removals.
Yeah, no, it definitely is. It's like been a
Yeah.
huge resurgence of them. So I had like a lot of places to choose from.
But a lot of people don't seem to talk about it. I don't see a lot of I don't hear a lot of people talk about tattoo regrets, and I'm like, I know it's out there.
oh,
Yeah, it's like we don't have to just live with it.
Yeah.
Well, Pete Davidson did get some tattoos removed. Yeah. Well, that's
Oh.
what people that tattoo their whole bodies, they're just going to have to now remove it. Because it's like, once you tattoo your entire body, like, how else are you going to get attention? You have to do something else.
Right. You
Right.
have to work on your craft.
Well, yeah.
And I don't want to do that.
I'm going to tattoo my face. I have a friend who's doing tattoo removal also, and she was telling me that the tattoo removal, the laser tech or whatever the word is, that was saying that it's big business now, and she's getting a lot of men in with these like heinous, like scary tattoos, and the men have much lower pain tolerance. And
they
she's
do.
saying the men will cry and
Oh, I love
scream,
this.
and the women will just kind of go in there and just like white knuckle it,
Yeah.
and get through with their like weird tramp stamp that they're getting shot off their bodies. And so I thought that was an interesting tidbit.
Yeah.
That is fascinating. Now, how many sessions did they come at you with? You do an assessment and then they're like, I think this is going to be a year-long process.
a year to a year and a half.
Really?
And
that's
Okay.
commitment.
Monthly sessions.
It's like braces, kind of.
Wow. It's like a divorce.
Yeah. I was going to artists to do cover up of it, and then it was going to just be like this. The only thing they could do is like black it out, and I was like, I don't want a big black tattoo
Yeah,
there.
I don't
big
like those
polka
how
dot
those
on your
look.
arm.
Yeah. And I'm like, now we're
No.
just trading ugly tattoo for ugly tattoo.
Right.
And so I'm like, I'd rather
Yeah.
just start again.
Yeah.
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 How many tattoos do you have total?
Like 12.
Like 12. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm seeing this is looking cool. Whatever's
my
over
other
there.
tattoos, my other tattoos
Oh,
are
that's
good.
really
A
pretty.
beautiful goat.
This
That's
is
lovely.
my favorite though. This is the Queen of Swords.
Oh, you've got they're all
Oh.
arms. Oh, Queen of Swords. Yeah, very
yeah.
intellectual.
You've got some good
Yeah.
guns too.
Wow, yeah, look at you. You have to sculpt your arms if you have arm tats.
Oh, I love that one.
That's
this is a
beautiful.
cardinal with
That's really
blueberries in
pretty.
honor of my mom because we did family therapy.
Oh, that's nice.
And that's my maternal grandmother.
Oh, that's beautiful. I love that. And that's strawberries. You have two fruits.
Yeah, those are my strongest memories of them. Weirdly, it's not like
You're a berry family.
I love that. Did you know that?
Katie, from a berry family.
He's diagnosed you as a berry. Katie, you can't be going around.
So I was like, can I have a word?
it does feel like you called me a Mormon.
Oh, she's of the berry people.
She's a berry person.
It feels Connecticut to me. Did you ever
Probably.
do berry picking when you were little?
Yes.
Me too. In
Yeah.
Indiana. Did you ever go berry picking?
Not as like a thing to do, but there were blackberries that grew along the creek in my neighborhood. But it was owned by somebody kind of technically on that property, so I think they would kind of get annoyed if we started picking too many of them.
Well, there's this
Yeah.
fun story about my grandmother where she loved strawberries so much and she was allergic to them. And so when she was a kid, she would go out into these like strawberry fields and come back and her whole face would be messed up. And they'd be like, were you eating strawberries again? She's like, no, but like her face is like swollen and messed up. That's how much she loved them, that she was like, it's worth messing up.
Going
is
into
brutal.
anaphylaxis.
And then it worked
I'll push
because
through.
over time she stopped being allergic to it.
You
Oh,
can.
wow.
Yeah.
You can push
Yeah.
through but you can also create an allergy.
Wait, what?
Yeah.
Yeah, I had a
It
friend.
goes full circle.
Yeah, more exposure can.
Yeah, I had a friend that ate a shit ton of shrimp one summer. Mind you, she did a lot of drugs too. So I don't know if those correlate, but it felt like a thing. You're like,
Feels
how
related.
much shrimp are you eating?
Yeah. Yeah, it's expensive.
I was gonna say it's not a cheap
It's
thing.
like the cocaine of the seafood.
It's really a flex that she could afford drugs and all this seafood.
Yeah.
Well, we were in Houston. It's the Gulf seafood, and then if you work in a restaurant, you find your shrimp dealers out
okay.
there. You can get to cheap
It's your
shrimp.
shift meal.
You can get to some cheap shrimp. But yeah, it is fascinating. You can create an allergy if you eat too much of something.
That's
I
so
think.
funny.
I always think of that episode of Broad City.
I was
where
gonna say the same
yeah,
thing.
It's so funny. Have you seen that one? It's like in the first
No.
season where they go for Abby's birthday and they go to a seafood restaurant, but Alana is allergic to shrimp, and so
Yes.
she's just eating it. Which
But
is
it keeps doing these cutbacks to like so much more. Like the progression is insane.
Yes.
Of how
Yeah.
fucked
like,
up her face
she's
looks.
just her throat is just closing and she's still going, like enjoying herself. It's just it's a great
Oh, but it's
episode.
like devastating to be allergic to something that you just
Yeah.
love.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like food addiction. You know what I mean? Where you're like trying to be on a diet, but you're like, but I love.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna fucking eat this.
And you can't avoid it.
No.
No.
I know
can't
it's like
avoid that
you
strawberry
want
patch.
something and you can't have it.
Yeah.
Poor grandma.
Bless her heart. What was your grandmother's name?
Dolores.
Oh, Dolores
Right?
Claiborne.
Yeah.
I love that.
And my last name.
Actually, that's a horrific book. I got that at a used bookstore, and I was like, "This will be a fun read." I had to throw it in. I was like, "No one should be exposed to this."
You threw it into the sea.
I yeah. I threw it off the ferry. But it's a nice name, though. I love old lady names.
I do too.
Yeah.
My
Anything.
last dog was named Charlene, which I just love old lady names. My
Yeah.
current dog is Roxanne.
That's a great name.
Right?
That reminds me of the Steve Martin Cyrano de Bergerac.
You were the
Yes.
second person to tell me this.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know this
Who's the
reference.
first
Who was the first?
What?
person to tell you about?
You said I was the second
Josh
person.
Josh Accardo?
Oh, okay. I think I know him.
He's a comic in the
yeah,
area.
he's a nice guy.
Yeah.
It's funny
He's
when
got a-
something you're like, why is this all of a sudden on the algorithm of my life?
Yeah.
The Roxanne movie.
Yes.
It did make a huge splash in the
Yeah.
in the movie theater, but
It
now
did.
it's playing a big part of my life.
Yeah. Yeah. It's coming back around. So how are you? Are you celebrating holidays? What are you doing for the season?
I mean, I feel like I just get through holidays.
Well,
I
yeah.
don't- yeah.
Are
I
you
don't-
kind of anti? Or do you avoid? Do
Yeah,
you
like
any?
family. What's
I do. I have my
Okay.
mom, my brother, and my nephew. But my favorite thing growing up when my parents got divorced is that my dad's passed away. But on Christmas Eve, he was like, couldn't throw together a get together to save his life. So
Right.
it was like we just would go out and get like Indian food, and we go to the only movie theater that was open that was ironically called Holiday Cinema. And we would like watch a movie together, my brother and I and my dad, and we would like have food out. And it was just like so chill. No one's like stressed about the meal.
that's the kind of
Yes.
holiday I want.
That's great.
I look
want a
forward to it
Chinese
every-
food
Yes.
Christmas. I want a
Yes.
Jewish Christmas.
Yes.
Yeah, egg roll.
And
Is
it's
that a
also-
song? That should be a song.
Oh,
a very Jewish
yes.
Christmas.
Oh, a Lady Journey holiday edition. Even though we're not Jewish, but we will convert for that song.
And there's also something like spooky fun about being out when everything is closed
Yes.
and everyone is not out.
Yes.
You feel like you have the world to yourself and it is blissful.
Right.
I love
Yes.
it.
I love
Yeah.
it too.
I'm like that the morning of New Year's Day.
Yeah.
Oh,
You're
yeah.
like, I am better than you.
Yeah. Enjoy your sleep, you booze bags. I just love the thought of unique Christmas traditions.
Yes.
You know,
Yes.
like low key, not needing to like, the stocking stuffers.
Yeah. Well, although I did it wrong one year where I was like, I don't know. Like I come from a very dysfunctional family, and so like hence needing family therapy with my mom. Now we're friends, but that's like a newer
And
thing.
hence the peach
And
tattoo. No,
hence-
just kidding.
Oh yeah, can you imagine? This is my mom's pussy.
Like, oh,
Isn't it
that's
tight?
a journey. That's a labor journey.
Like I just knew from memory what it looked like.
Yeah, I'm not sure it looked like that. It was fuzzy. Very fuzzy.
Imagine I was like, this is the one that commemorates my mother.
Yeah. Oh, that's nice. Yeah, you got mom, grandma. You do have a lot of fruits on there. I will say different fruits.
would be so funny that you're like everyone gets a nice one. You're like, that's you, mom.
I hated my dad, so that should be
Yeah,
yeah.
it'll be your dad.
Do you have any other foods tattoos?
Do I? No, on my legs it's a Christmas card from my grandmother. It's like a Christmas design that was like on my favorite card from her growing up.
Oh,
I have a pansy, like a negative space pansy. So it's like you could only the white, the negative space creates the design.
Pretty. Yeah.
I have like a half beast, half woman, like a centaur. It was supposed to look more queer, but it kind of looks like Barbie just got weird.
Okay,
Yeah,
that's a queer journey.
Yeah.
And then I have a saying on my leg that says, as ugly as it needs to be to see the things you need to see.
Oh,
I know.
that's profound.
And the woman who did the tattoo, this is in San Francisco, that was my tattoo was the last tattoo she ever did. She quit. And she told me, she's like, I'm getting into a van with my boyfriend after this tattoo and I'm never tattooing again.
Why?
Yeah, I know.
It was that tattoo.
That's the energy going into your body.
You're like, thanks.
The tattoo artist that spills dark secrets about herself, and you will never see me again.
Yeah.
She's dead now.
Yeah. Going off in a van.
You're like, bye, I guess.
She immediately drives off a cliff. And
It's like so crazy to tell you stuff like that.
Yeah.
My goodness.
yeah.
Now I want to know why we got to get her on the podcast because I got to know about this
I
journey.
don't know where she is now. Like the Instagram page got deactivated. that
Wow.
I wonder if it's, I've heard of this from hairdressers that a lot of them. I have a friend who's a hairdresser. She just quit. She's
A
just
lot of them
tired.
hate it.
I think, but here's the weird. They talk about like you deal with a lot of people's problems, but here's my thing. I am tired of talking to my hairdressers.
Yeah,
I
feel
don't.
like
I don't talk when I go in there.
I have to listen to them.
Yeah.
I don't want to talk.
I know,
Yeah.
but it feels like you have to. And I feel
Yes.
like if you're there for 90 minutes, I will be telling you trauma.
Right. I know.
Like, it's on you. Like, if you were like, look, I don't really am into talking, and be like, me too.
Yeah.
Thank God.
Like, it was really bad for a moment. I thought about looking into getting a hairdresser that doesn't speak English so I wouldn't have to talk that much.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. I don't speak.
Meanwhile, you get a chili bowl.
But at least
Yeah. Well, she's not blind. She just needs the photo. Oh my
you
gosh.
need to, like, I don't know, someone with a disability where they can't speak.
right.
Yeah, just
Yeah.
a mute
Or just a
hairdresser.
mute.
I try to let it lapse into silence, which feels mean, but then you're like,
Yeah.
sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I get my hair cut before I come to do the podcast. And I'm like, I'm about to talk for 5 hours.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. You have to
Five-
reserve.
if I blow my load now, forget it.
So yeah, I'm wondering if she was I'm just speculating. That's why she quit. But like, it's such a crazy thing to tell somebody.
I know.
Before
Oh,
you,
yeah, that's
I know.
wild.
as if you gave her the hardest. I'm just letting you know right front.
Yeah, this has traumatized me. It is kind of a dark tattoo, I would say, because it's like,
But you know what's funny is that her style is like she'll have dark messages, but then there's like there's like children's like stars and hearts around it. So it's
Yeah.
kind of like this juxtaposition of like
Okay.
it looks so cute, but it's not cute if you
Yeah.
read it.
it's kind of like the baby doll goth kind of
yeah,
aesthetic.
yeah. Yeah.
Interesting. What's your so I mean I see your tattoos, like they're all really pretty, but it does feel like they're unified in a way of
Personal.
yeah, they're personal. Like what do you do when you're thinking about getting a tattoo? How do you make sure they fit together? Are you just like that one? Or do you put more like vision boarding?
No, I usually like I look, so my Instagram is, well, I have a fake Instagram and then my comedy Instagram.
Ooh.
My fake Instagram, I don't follow, and there's no stand-up.
It's your pure
get
joy
the
one?
fuck out of my life for a moment.
That's what my TikTok is.
Yeah.
Yes, me too.
It's my fun, happy place.
And every once in a while, because the two accounts are under my name, it'll suggest things for comedy in there. And I'm like, this is my quiet space from comedy. I need a break.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
it's like it's mostly tattoo art and then like weightlifting stuff.
Okay.
And so like, I love following tattoo art. I've always loved it. And I find that international artists tend to be a lot better than US artists. Even if they're like newer to it, they can do more versatile styles.
What's going on there?
I know. And so
I wonder if there's more apprenticeship happening in the Europe.
So I used to I don't do it as much because I don't feel like I have as much time for this, but I used to follow an artist for years and I'd be like just thinking about their style, obsessed with it. And then I'd be like, oh, I'd love to do, like, that's what I did with this one of my grandmother. I was like, oh, she does all these like cool geometric things. It'd be really cool. I want to honor my dead grandmother. I took her high school portrait and I was like, if you go to someone who you're like, everything you do is exquisite and it's beautiful, I trust that if I'm like, I just have this idea that in your style, if you take this picture, you will make it look so fucking cool.
Yeah.
And so everything I do is custom, except for,
Interesting.
well, I don't know what that is, but
It does feel like it's custom. It's, I've never seen it before.
and you never will again.
Can I have the vagina peach? Can I have the vagina peach? So it's kind of a collaboration then between like your memorabilia. Interesting.
And so like this one, there was like a Japanese style. This is my first dog that passed that I had as an adult. And it was like a Japanese style that I really loved. And I was like, can you make my dog look, and I didn't want to just be just my dog. That's why like the legs look kind of goofy.
Yeah.
But yeah.
So very cool.
I love, like, I'm just such a sap. Like, that's just who I am. That's why I was a social worker. So that's why I feel like all my tattoos are like, they mean something.
Yes.
Well, it's better.
Yeah.
I think so.
Than
I like
being like, give me that.
Yeah.
I
like the memento approach to tattooing your body.
Yeah.
To just give yourself reminders.
Yeah.
Yes.
The special things.
And they're all things that like make me feel good. Like I've thought about like negative things in the, like this is really dark, but I had this moment if I was like, what if I got my childhood home like cartoon style and I set it on fire like as a tattoo to be like fuck that part of my life. And I was like, why am I remembering this? I don't want it on my body.
Yeah.
But sometimes those thoughts will go through my head of like, what's something I've like overcome, you know?
Right.
Yeah.
Well, when I look at your tattoos, I see that they, even though they're different in style, they have like a visual uniformity.
Aesthetic.
They are very pretty.
Yeah.
They're very pretty. But you do see some people that have tattoos that I wouldn't, even if they're well done, I would describe it more as like a darker, something more sinister.
Yeah.
Like the skulls,
knives.
Yeah, like I think occult things are very popular for tattoos, you know?
Okay.
Like Ouija boards and demons and stuff like that. Yeah.
I can't tell if I was going to go back into a tattoo resurgence, what I would get.
I really like you went through a period of being like, I'm the tattoo girl. I'm the tattoo girl of the group. And then you're like, it's a lot of work.
Would you get something in honor of your son?
It sounds really bad.
What?
But I probably not because I just feel like growing up, all the people that had prayer hands were not people that I thought were cool.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like and it's only because of my perspective. I'm not saying this about everyone, but I just feel like the ones that have done that were not the greatest people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what I don't know.
I know someone who like
maybe a symbolic gesture,
like
not like his cute little face,
Well,
even though I love it.
You have the C-section scar. So.
Right.
That's a tattoo. That's a tattoo. Right there.
But like I have a friend who's a dad
stretch marks.
and he just took his kids are a little bit older now, and so he just took their favorite toys from when they were kids and got tattoos of those things.
That's cute.
So it's not like like their kid's name,
right.
you
And then
have
the day that they died kind of situation. And then it's like,
you gotta
and
leave,
then how
you gotta
they
leave
died.
space for
That's
the,
hard.
for the end date.
Yeah. Leave
This is
room.
death date, and this is bathtub that he drowned in. And
Yeah, I was right there.
to his funeral.
Yeah. That's me driving away, living the rest of my life. Oh my gosh, we went dark. We're going dark.
And the last tattoo is the happiest you've ever been.
Yeah.
Me with my new husband. That's crazy. I can't.
Anyway, what's your self-care that you're doing right now? Are you on any self-care?
I think just I was just temping since July. I'm on a break for 2 weeks until I'm back at it. But
That's nice.
that's new for me. I haven't had a real job in years,
Can I
probably
say,
3
I
to
like
4.
temping.
You liked it?
Well, because nothing is expected from you.
Yeah.
You're
they
just there to
expect
let
things.
people grub hubbing.
They expect things.
Do they really?
Yeah.
I only had the ones where I was just letting people come in with Grubhub orders.
Oh, okay.
Just front
Yeah.
desk work.
Well, okay. I'm an administrative assistant at a financial firm.
Okay, then that's different.
How do they feel about your peach tattoo?
Oh, I have to hide it all. So I
Okay.
got mistaken. People would ask me if I want to pray with them during the summer because I looked religious because I was covering my entire body in 90-degree weather. I looked
Wait, what farm
touched
is this?
by Jesus.
Oh, and do you have the septum piercing, or you have
It
to
has to
hide
come
that?
out.
You have to hide it. Wow,
I become a different person.
That
and then
is so funny.
in the bathroom, when I leave, I'm like, clink, clink. And then
Yeah.
I can be
Superpowers.
myself.
Those are your
Yeah.
two looks: religious or hardcore. I love that. It's like
They
one or the
teeter.
other.
have a lot
They
in
teeter.
common.
They do
Yeah.
teeter. They teeter. Yeah.
I think of Carrie, the movie, in the book, but I'm
love
not a
it.
reader.
That's a second Stephen King reference we made, and not the last.
We shit on it.
We hate it.
We hate it.
We hate it, and I forgot that we had a mutual hate for it. It's come up. It's come up.
It's a theme in the podcast.
Have you read the book?
No.
I've
Oh,
seen the
don't.
movies. Even the movies,
Even the
I'm
movies.
like, I was so glad in the sequel they killed off one of the kids because I cannot deal with another flashback.
No,
They're like, I got it. He's bad.
The whole story is he's a monster that dresses up as a clown, and he just shows up and scares them. And it's like, okay, it's one thing for it to happen one time to each person, but it just happens over and over and
my
over.
God.
It's like 36 times.
It's
like, we
gets
get
old.
it.
Yeah.
We get it. He's
Yeah.
scaring you.
Yeah.
Like, talk about the girl being molested by your dad more. Like, what's going on over there? Something crazy's actually happening.
Like that clown actually isn't as scary as
Yeah, he's not even doing anything. Yeah,
just
that's
hanging out.
one of the ones where you're like, yeah, he was on drugs on that one.
Yeah.
But people love it.
They
love
do love it. They love it.
Anyway,
Yeah.
But yeah, so my self-care right now is just like
thank you
Back
for
to your
letting
lady
us.
journey. Yeah. Oh yeah. That's what we were talking. That's what this podcast is about.
a lot of gals tuning in for the it content.
Yeah.
Stephen
Can you
King.
guys just roast this movie that no one thinks about?
Maybe we will.
We should watch it. Part 1 and 2.
That's a special live show for you guys.
Oh
my God. Ugh.
You both in unison. Oh,
But yes. So back to you. Back to you.
I can't.
I want to know. I want to know.
skincare.
So you're off for 2 weeks though. Like
Yeah.
you're not working. What are you doing? Are you like focusing on yourself, or are you just really taking a break? Are you doing your comedy work?
I mean, I'm still gigging at night, but I'm like just really enjoying the fact that I can go to the park, like what I used to do, like go right in the park or go to a coffee house, just work out. I was burning the candle on both ends doing this office shop because I go straight into gigs. My dog lives at the sitter's house. The sitter brings her to my house and then feeds my dog. And then she just waits for me to get home from gigs. I hold her in bed at night and I'm like, I'm still your mom. Like I've outsourced all of your care.
Yeah. Wow.
But that's kind of like the New York mom experience.
I bet.
Yeah, that's what Sarah's going through.
Yeah.
I was just thinking that like how do moms here in New York do it? Like my sister, she gets off from her work probably around 6 and then you get home at 7.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then your kid goes down at 7. So when do you see him?
Seriously.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's crazy. I
It's
don't know how
weird.
people, even just with a dog, I don't know how people do
Yeah.
this.
Yeah. And a kid you can take with you.
You're right.
Yeah.
Yeah. So no, I mean, I'm hoping I figure out something else, but right now I'm temping. So just right now, my self-care is like, I gained some weight just being in a fully stocked kitchen for like 4 months.
Oh,
and then
that's
like, I don't have
nice.
time to work out really with my schedule.
Yeah.
Cause I don't want to be sweaty before gigs and take a shower. You know what I mean? I don't know.
You can only do so much. You can't work that much and also work out. I think it's like, you're just going to drive your body into like an adrenaline spike.
Yeah.
You'll spike your cortisol levels, which will lead to belly fat.
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
So I've heard.
Yeah.
I
On the
learned that
ads,
on TikTok.
on my Instagram ads.
I know that from my Flat Belly Tea told me that. Yeah, bought it. No, I actually haven't, but I will sponsor us.
And then she will.
Yeah, they will. I love that. I kind of had a little bit of a light week last week, and it's when you're like working a lot and then you go through a resetting process. Like it can be really scary for me because I find like winding down is hard because you get in that work mode where you're like, okay, taking care of business, I'm here, I'm there, and then it takes so long to actually like decompress to the point you don't feel bad for not working, and you can just like sit on the couch and watch TV.
Yeah.
Isn't that the best though?
Oh my gosh.
When you feel like you deserve it.
When you
Yes.
finally get there and you're a binge.
Oh, are you watching anything right now?
Project Runway.
Oh, you love
Yeah.
Project Runway.
Yeah, I do.
Wow.
I
I'm
quit watching it years ago and
really?
I loved it. When it jumped to Lifetime, I was like, I don't know where that is.
Yeah.
Even though I do. But
Yeah.
for some reason, when they jump, you're like, you broke the momentum for me. And I also liked some of the judges, and I think they got rid of some of the judges.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. But
Yeah.
I've heard people still love it.
I do.
Yeah.
I'm one of those people that I buy clothes I will never wear because I want to be this fashion forward person.
Me too.
And then I'm so
Oh.
self-conscious when I
Comedy?
actually try.
It's hard. Yeah.
You can't show up as a new fashion forward person.
no.
You have to move
Right.
to another town.
Right. And then like, this is the rebrand.
You have to, yes, that's hilarious. So you have to like go like do like a midlife crisis post on Facebook and then come out as the fashion forward
Yeah.
person.
Right.
I mean,
I'm
even
back
just last winter, I was just wearing a pink winter hat that I didn't even think was weird. And people kept being like, oh, I like your big hat. And I'm like, it's not even that big. Like,
Yeah.
I wasn't even trying to make a bold
No,
choice.
that happens a lot. Like I'll wear a denim jacket and I feel like has never really gone out of style. And I get somebody being like, bringing the denim jacket back.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Or,
Yeah.
ooh, wearing flares jeans. I'm like, I don't really think these have gone. They're just
Right.
not prevalent, but I
Right.
don't think they're gone.
Right.
Yeah.
For it to constitute a weird comment.
When
Like,
you're an internalizer, it's very hard
Yeah.
in the fashion world. What are some of the pieces that you have that you...
What's the last thing? Well, this, I don't know. I feel like I tend to buy loud pants. Like I'll get like
I like a loud
Interesting.
pant.
like a peach pant that I'm like, yeah, I'm going to be a person who wears this like really bright peach or like a bright red pant. And then every time I'll never pick it because I'm so
Right.
intimidated.
Interesting. Yeah,
Yeah.
red is I don't like red. I
Yeah.
gotta say, red is I've said this on the podcast before, but it's the color of someone who needs attention. I feel like so it's for me wearing it. I always feel like embarrassed.
it's Fox News correspondent.
Oh,
yeah,
But I do
Yeah.
like red on certain. I think blondes look good in red.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think red's I'll disagree with you, Katie. But
that's okay. That's okay. It's the first time this has happened.
and I also just buy a lot of dresses with no occasion to wear dresses.
Yeah.
I have
Yeah.
so many dresses that I've like not even worn yet.
that's why I do the rental.
Right.
But even that, have you had with the rental? I still get it, and I'm like, this doesn't really fit.
Yeah.
And now I have to buy a new bra.
yeah. Yes.
Getting a new bra, like
Yeah.
the bras to get with the outfit is difficult.
Yeah.
Getting the bra that goes with the racer back shirt.
Yes.
I'm
Yes.
just like, I guess I just have 7 straps coming out of my back right now.
Just octopus
Yeah,
bra.
just octopus straps. I'm like, whatever. No one will notice. And then people are like, what's going on over there? It looks like you have like a...
You have a back brace.
Yeah.
Scoliosis.
This is fashionable scoliosis brace.
But yeah, when you buy all this stuff, you're like, oh shit, now I have to get the right undergarments.
No,
for
it's
it.
a whole thing.
It's a fucking mess.
I
I
also
hate
recently
it.
got into thongs. For the longest time, I was like, you
Oh,
will never get me to wear a
interesting.
thong.
Reason?
I just was seeing like the line in my pants. And I was
the
like,
whale tail.
And I was like,
Oh,
That's
the
why you went for
VPL.
the tongue.
yeah, to get
Yes,
so the
the
one that
thong.
goes over the cheek. It's
Yeah.
like, oh, you could like really see it. I think especially
Yeah.
wearing dress pants
The
for work,
cheeky-
and not in jeans. I was like, oh, I feel like I can really see
The
it
panty
now.
line. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I wear like my
It can be
thick bag
unflattering
panties have like a
sometimes.
giant.
I wear them under leggings, and Joe's like, "You remind me of my 8-year-old niece because you know how they don't care." Their underwear is like coming out the top, and it's just like,
yeah, it's like baggy underwear with tight leggings. Or you're like, I have a diaper in here. It's fine.
don't care. I don't
This
care.
is an insane thought I have because I go to concerts. That's also a self-care thing. I love seeing live music.
Oh, that's fun.
I like. I was in college. I produced like hardcore punk shows.
Oh, fun.
Because I like wanted stuff to do that wasn't partying.
Right.
And so that was like my out. And so this is a thing that I've reminded myself. I'm like, when you have nights off from comedy, watch other things. Like it's so fun
Yeah.
to take in art and remember like the
That it's
world is so
joy.
expansive and
Yes.
cool and like
and
as
you
much
live in
as
New
I-
York City, and that's a big
Yes.
part of getting to live here is like experiencing the art and culture.
and everything comes here. And it's
Right.
like you forget that. So I really try to like plan in advance and like not put in and then like just say I'm not available to wherever I'm working. I'm like, no, that's the night I'm going to go see that band. That's the night I'm seeing that play. And I have had the thought though, because at concerts I have to pee a lot, unlike you apparently,
Yeah.
Camel.
Yeah, I have
And
to pee constantly.
I always
have a
tell
tiny
myself
bladder.
I'm going to do this, and I can't bring myself. I want to get an adult diaper so I can be at the ideal spot at the stage and never have to leave.
Right.
But I can't bring myself to ever
I just feel like it
execute.
feels like yeast infection. Like
I just think I would fill it up to an insane amount where they're like, I should have tested this.
yeah, it's
I love how you're like, I never pee, but when I do, whoa, boy.
I know. I do.
It's a lot. Well, you know, I sneeze when I sneeze, I pee. I have to cross my leg now when I pee.
Yeah.
You sneeze.
I sneeze.
Yeah, I like
cute.
that.
Going back to the fashion, I just wanted to mention this.
You don't want to talk
Yeah.
more about
I don't want to talk about the diaper.
But I'm not done yet.
No. I decided I was going to be a person that wears a mini skirt. Oh, it was at our last session. My legs were so cold. I was like, I'm going to wear a mini skirt. Like, I want
Yeah.
to be this person. Like, I can do skirts in
Yeah, yeah,
winter.
yeah.
I had to like go home
And change.
immediately to be like, this is madness.
Yeah.
To wear like a skirt and tights. Because you see people wearing skirts and tights in the winter and you're like, well, she looks great.
I just saw a video today on Instagram of a woman who's like, how do I wear these cute clothes during the winter? Thermals. And then she's got this like skin tight thermals on underneath, I guess, the tights too. It seems like a lot, but
Under
Well,
the tights?
I bought fleece line tights
yeah.
from Amazon because I thought, and it would make it look like your skin's coming through, but they were so thick that it made me look like I had Muppet legs.
They thought you were a furry.
One tubey leg. No definition. It was too, but I would wear them actually under jeans if it got really cold. But
Okay.
because of climate change, I feel like it hasn't really been super cold
No.
in New
Yeah.
York. I think we had a cold snap like maybe every like 2 or 3 days in December, and then that's about it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's supposed to be La Nina this winter, I
What's
heard.
that?
It means wet and like a lot of precipitation.
Oh,
So I think it's
Fucking
slushy.
hate that kind of weather.
Well, I got Hunter duck boots, or no, I forget what brand they are, but they're like the duck boots. I got those like 3 years ago, and I haven't even worn them one
Yeah.
time because it's been so
Yeah.
mild here. So it might hit us this year.
yes.
You know who I've wanted to be recently with fashion? Boots that go up over the knees.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Do you guys have those?
I wanted the Stuart Weitzman. Those I feel like are the best looking over
Yeah.
the knee boots, but they're expensive. And then I just feel like showing up the first time at a comedy club. It's like brace for impact for comments. Also, my friends that are short have said when they put stuff on like that, they feel like gladiators. Like,
Oh, yeah.
it looks like you should have a sword and start like
Yeah.
that. It's just really weird if you're off by a few inches.
Yeah.
It could change the whole look. And so that's
Yeah.
a fear of mine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I had some for a showcase that I did. I wanted to like wear a kind of loud outfit, And I wore them and they were fine, but they weren't really me. And then I returned them. I was like, this is silly.
I also just wish that shoes, I know we were just talking about this before we started, but like, I just wish more shoes were comfortable. I just like can't, like, I'm of an age now where I'm like, I don't care if it's the cutest
comfy shoes.
Give me a comfy shoe. Yes. I haven't worn a heel in a long time.
Oh
just
my
because
God.
New York is not the place for it.
No.
My feet get ripped to shreds.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Yeah. Even in like a sandal.
Yeah.
Like,
Are you
forget
guys
it.
getting the ads for Thursday boots?
No.
I don't think so.
Oh.
When's that happening?
Yeah.
It should be any day now.
Oh my God.
They're coming.
Yeah.
No, I've gotten Clark. I've seen somebody was talking about like Clark's shoes are really nice if you want a shoe that's not a sneaker that's comfortable.
I could,
And I saw a cute Clark sandal.
Yeah.
That was like, maybe for
I
the
wore
summer.
Clark's
Ooh.
exclusively for like 3 years when I first moved here, but they were like the it almost kind of looks like a slipper, but it's not. I think it's like chukka or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
But people made fun of me for them because
Oh,
they
really?
kind of looked like a cute grandma shoe.
Oh.
Yeah, but ugly shoes are in right now.
They
Ugly shoes are so
ugly.
in.
Everything
Yeah.
is in.
Yeah.
Yeah. People are, I want to get those like North Face slipper shoes.
Yes, I've seen those.
They look so cozy.
They
Yeah.
look so cozy, and you're like, oh, what? I'm out, but I'm in my pajamas, but this is acceptable.
Yeah.
I want to
Right.
get those, and then like the coat that just looks like you're wearing a full-on blanket wrapped around your body, and just go out about my day like what? Smoking a cigarette.
I want to smoke cigarettes.
What
too.
is my husband over here? Anyway, we have to wrap up for time, but Caitlin, where can everybody find you?
Instagram. I don't know about Twitter. I guess Threads now.
Yeah, let's do
Threads?
Threads.
Let's do Threads.
I can't go on Twitter.
I
I'm just
keep
only
forgetting Twitter. I mean, I keep forgetting about Threads. I'm still a Twitter person.
I'm
You're on there
posting-
still?
I'm posting on Twitter and Threads right now, like simultaneously.
You're
I'll
double
do
posting.
a joke,
yeah.
but I don't know what I'm doing. I'm not checking either though now.
Well, I just go on
Twitter's like quiet. It's all
it's all Elon Musk. It's just
Elon
like
Musk. It's
your
just his-
personal
it's
line
his newsletter.
to him.
Yeah.
exactly.
It's when I want to talk to him. I go on Twitter and I talk to Elon
Elon,
Musk.
yeah, it's where it's like talking to God. Well, we did actually a journey, which was Sarah's journey, about how her whole Twitter feed had become like bro propaganda.
It's very like 9-10 ways that she really wants you to dominate her.
Yeah. And then 5 ways to succeed in the business room.
Yeah, just like 20 manipulation tactics
Yeah, it's
to
all
get what you
mystical.
want in the
Yeah.
boardroom. Or it's
Men
just
love a
like
list. They love a list.
a lot of threads of like, here's an interesting story about, I don't know, some decline of a
Race.
civilization.
Yeah.
But I get quite a bit of left, but it's very right leaning on Twitter because I think it's like you can do whatever the fuck you want
Yeah.
on there. Yeah.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
porn is still big there
Yeah.
because you can still porn. You can just look at
blindsided
porn.
by you can just watch porn on
Yeah.
Twitter, which is wild.
I forget about that because it doesn't show up, but every now and then, like one time, Joel Kim Booster retweeted a guy getting fisted, and I wanted to tweet out and be like, "Can you send a first tweet to say that this is happening?" Because it was so jarring to just scroll and then see this guy getting.
You're like, my baby's on here, okay? Oh my God. That'll ruin your morning.
I feel like every gay guy I know has like a fake Twitter where they just post news.
Oh, I love
that's
it.
fun. That's fun. That's sexy.
On the next lady journey.
On the next, find our fake Twitter. We're posting news, but we have like a bag over our head, so you won't ever know. Whoa, whose nipples are whose? Anyway, lady journey.
Lady journey.